Wow, they're actually cutting off my recorder live while I'm actually doing it. That's amazing. You people have no idea what I've gone through over the past 5.5 to 7 years, and where I'm at, and how they're holding me here. I mean, I'm actually in a place where I'm free to come and go, but I mean, it's yes and no because of the restricted resources and stuff. I'll share that with you later. But this is kind of an emergency thing here, or urgent or semi-urgent, whatever you want to call it. But you have to use common sense, people, in dealing with these shills. I mean, with me and my situation, like I was saying, I mean, I want everybody to be happy. I'm one of the ones, people. They're one saying, well, somebody might be saying, who might you be? I'll explain that to you. My whole story. It took a long time. It's going to take a long time to tell it, but it's in several parts, and I'll make sure it's up there. But yes, I mean, they took everything from me as well. It was, my home, my cars. They separated me from my family, my online accounts and my bank accounts, even my doggies, our treasures, everything. And it was all as a result of one day. And let's just say I've been doing this for quite a while, people. I know what I'm doing. And I know let's just say that I know there's ones that aren't comfortable with that. But I've tried to show good faith, and just all I want to do is just mind my business and be okay and comfortable with my family, and that's it. In our home and everything. But what these beings did to me just because of what I knew was, even if I'm going to say my prior life, if I had a worst enemy, I wish I didn't have one. If I had a worst enemy, I would not even come close to dreaming of doing what I can't call them humans, I'm sorry. Because one human, I've never seen a human do something that bad to another human. So in my book, until I'm proven differently, they're beings. I've never seen one do that to another. I could not do it to my worst enemy if I had one. I just couldn't do it. Anyway, but yes, I'm one of the ones. I know what I'm talking about, and I've been doing it for a while. So use your common sense when you say, well, if people sometimes will ask me, well, how can we tell the difference between these shills that we're talking about and, the good ones? Well, like I said, I used to follow certain individuals, and let me give you an example. I have to be careful on the intel I give out, as well as I have to try to get a point across. But here, for example, I'll give you a point as an example. Let's say recently there was a story everybody should have been talking about. I forget the mainstream media at this time, because to me, it's like watching a version of the 6 or 10 or 11 o'clock news. It's like watching a version of my favorite sitcom. Get it? Okay. Anyway, so nowadays, here's the process. I always tell everybody, you have to go online, basically. It's not even the print, because everything's under one umbrella on there too. You have to go online, and you have to establish within your heart who's being truthful with you, and hopefully you can get anywhere, at least a few of them, 3 or 4 or 5, whatever. And unfortunately, because the way it is, at least now, you have to And you do it by subject. That's the beauty of it. You can do it just simply looking it up by, demographical subject, which is what I mean is if, you want to know about a particular subject or story and how that's doing, you can do it. Before with mainstream media and say, okay, that's it for that story, and in other news, blah, 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 whatever. No. You can look into something as much as you want. That's the beauty of it. But you have to disseminate you have to go over probably the same story 3, 4, 5 times. I mean, sometimes I do it as many as 10 or more. And then I'll have a pretty good idea. Go on your common denominators, but most importantly, go with what's in your heart, and you'll arrive at the right answer. Much, much more, people. And this is very important, because you cannot take somebody's word for it anymore. And do not take mine. Don't. Now, the things that I do ask you to take my word on is this. I love each and every one of you out there. I'm not ashamed to say it. And I'm not trying to be extra mushy or anything. That's just me. Who am I? Let me tell you who I am. Who they took every single thing from and separated me from my family, my wife, my children, took, which I'll get into later, but took my whole, discredited from my family, and eventually took my whole support structure, my extended family, away from me as well. But yeah, let me tell you, this is probably why they did it. This is how such a wretched, I guess, individual, according to them. So, but here's who that person is. I'm basically a big kid. Of course, I love my family first, and of course, the higher power and all the, the main stuff. But I like, I love little puppy dogs. I love little kitties, and I like pizza on Friday. I mean, hopefully, if they got a decent deal, get the one with the most stuff on there. And watching, a good movie or two here and there. And like I was able to before, just enjoy things, with your family, or go, eat out every once in a while. It's just something like that. It's not a lot I was asking. And I only had achieved it for a short time, but only because apparently that I knew something. We'll just say, which is non-specific at this point. Well, there was, and this is just that one incident. I have not even begun to mention what was done with me or to me after that. So, yeah, I mean, I like I said, I'm just a big kid. I mean, I like, I like video games and stuff like that. Probably not as much as the next person or whatever. But I mean, Disney stuff and stuff, minus all of the, subliminal crap, of course. But that's about it. That's who they did all this stuff to. And that, that one horrible day where they did all this stuff, there was literally ladies in my front yard just crying because of, it literally seemed like a bomb went off. Let me come back and continue this urgent to semi-urgent message here. I'll be right back.